Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker. For the purposes of total transparency, I declare that I used to work in the telecommunications industry. May I congratulate my right honourable friend for Tatton and the honourable member for Sunderland Central for securing this vital debate. In my maiden speech in January this year, I pledged to work to roll out gigabit broadband in my constituency, as this will be a great asset to local businesses and those who work from home. As colleagues have already mentioned, the importance of this has become increasingly more apparent in recent months, as we have seen a great shift in working patterns, with more people working from home than ever before to help stem the spread of COVID-19. While it is not yet clear what long-term effects the virus will have on working patterns, with more services moving online, the need for high-speed broadband will remain. This is particularly true of rural areas of the country, many of which we know are still unable to receive decent broadband. In my constituency, much of Loughborough Town itself is in the best 10% of areas in the UK when it comes to lines receiving super-fast speeds. Two of the nearby villages, Sileby and Wymeswold, are in the worst 30% when it comes to being able to receive even decent broadband. This is reflective of the countrywide divide between urban and rural areas. I therefore welcome the Government's commitment in its recent National Infrastructure Strategy to working with industry to target a minimum of 85% gigabit capable coverage by 2025 and seek to accelerate the rollout of further to get as close to 100% as possible. Crucially, I welcome the emphasis that the strategy places on continuing to implement an ambitious programme of work to remove barriers to broadband deployment and maximise coverage in the hardest to reach areas of the country, backed by £5 billion worth of funding. As part of this, it is right that legislation will be introduced to ensure new build homes come with gigabit capable connections. Can't say that very well, sorry. However, I would argue that we need to go even further and apply this retrospectively so that housing developments built in the last decade benefit from super-fast broadband. Over the last year, I have been supporting residents of the relatively new housing estate built on the edge of Sileby to help them access full fibre connection. Unfortunately, the residents were faced with the prospect of finding a significant amount of money to fund the project, either through existing government-backed funding pots or out of their own pockets. I am grateful that after much deliberation, Openreach have funded the project and made superfast available, but this does not happen in all cases, and there are still residents who find themselves with a poor broadband connection despite having moved to a newly built property, where you would naturally think that vital facilities such as these are available from day one. Let me say publicly here that I am very keen to work with fibre suppliers to gain super-fast connections for all my constituents wherever they live, in and around Loughborough. What steps could the Minister take to ensure that super-fast connectivity, and I mean landline fibre connectivity, is available to all constituents throughout Loughborough? Thank you.